Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Monday night with a Codger and a Btcc Championship Round 5. What you're watching now at the moment is a replay from last week, and as you can see, amazing battling up and down the field. It was incredible to watch. Come a mic check, please. Hello, Beastman. How are you? Look at the chat lighting up here. We've got Captain HXC. We've got Skins. Clayjack's in the house. We've got Handy Pints. Clayjack says loud and clear. Good stuff. Lad's done 30 minutes practice and is lapping faster, says Clayjacks. Oh, that sounds ominous, doesn't it, guys? Good. It's very close at the top of the table. I will get in between the break, I will read out the points table because it's getting really close at the top now. I've just had a message from, hold on a second, one of the drivers installing an update, I think, so they've got plenty of time. Let's just have a double check. Yeah, it's okay. Okie doke. So let's come out of this, and we'll get the first lobby open. So as we all know, we're at Fuji International Speedway tonight for the short track and the long track. Saying that, there's not much difference between the two, is there? It's only the chicane, I believe. Oh, see, I didn't open this prior to the stream. I normally do that to save this. Love rain, says Clayjacks. Beastman coming in with Witchell's the goat. Yeah, just so that everybody's clear what's happening tonight. Clayjacks has got a busy schedule, but he's going to make the sprint. But he, excuse me, unfortunately he's not going to be able to make the feature race, so we have reserves. So Witchell will be running for Honda in the feature race. As we all know, I changed it after round 1 that the reserves will be scoring their own individual points, but the points they score will be going towards the manufacturer, so it's not going to heap more points onto the original driver. So without further ado, let's open the first room. What I'm going to do, because it's got weather this week, you'll see I'm going to open the sprint room and I've got a feature practice. That's without the weather. So I'm going to open that first, let you get your practice in, then I will open the main lobby, otherwise it will give the game away, so to speak. So with that being said, let's open the sprint lobby and just make sure I've got everything right. If anybody spots anything, let me know. There's no weather in this, you'll be all relieved to know. If anybody sees anything that I'm flicking through, just let me know in the chat. Only the goat that streams this. Oh, you behave yourself, Witchell. I'm an old goat. That's about the only time goat can be used with the Codger. I'm pretty certain that everything's right. Yeah, there's no tyre change. All tyres, yeah. You can use all tyres, but it's basically softs in the sprint race. So let's get this room open. So if everybody's ready, in 3, 2, 1, let's get this room open. So let's just catch up with the chat while we get the guys in the room. Skin says, I can hear the horns. Yeah, unfortunately, I think everybody's mapped it, but I don't mind. It's all a bit of fun at the end of the day. It's not a massive issue. Billy Goat, thanks, Witchell. You've got it set to Tesco trolleys, is that right? What's Ben referring to there? He's winding. I don't know what he's referring to there, but Ben always likes to have a laugh. Rain equals excitement, says Beastman. Correct. I cannot do that right corner. Well, is that the first corner you can't do, though, Clayjacks? There's not many that you can't do. Look at this. 10 out of 16, so So let's run through the grid. So we've got Clayjack's in the house, the current leader of the points table at the moment, and also Shadow is a close second. Oh, we got a greeting from Lewis from SIR. It's good evening. Nice to see you again. And you, Lewis. So we've got Matty Cake representing... So let's go through the grids. We've got Clayjack representing Honda. We got Shadow representing Vauxhall. Matty representing Ford. Rotax Racing Johnny in the BMW. Lewis, one half of the MG team. Sir Skins from SIR over in the Toyota, where Nomi is Lewis's teammate. We've got Captain, one half of the Alfa Romeos. We've got Handy Pint. Now we've got... and Storm is Skins' teammate. And we've got Danny. Look at this. We're going to be a driver short tonight. Unfortunately, we had a late dropout and I couldn't fill it. So it's not an issue. So Handy Pint is going to be representing, for the first time this season, we've dusted the old Peugeot off, and Handy Pint should be making an appearance in that. So let's get out of this view. Let's get as we hear the horns already. So let's get the information on driver names off, and let's give these lads, we're going to have 10 minutes practice. I think the setups were going to be pretty much similar for both layouts of the track. I think the only difference is as you came towards the latter end of the third sector. Correct me if I'm wrong, or is it the end of the second sector? So I shouldn't think they'd need much tuning up or changing. And there is weather in the feature race, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of which, we have 9 watching. Thank you ever so much for tuning in to listen to the Codger ramble. Got a bit of a sore throat tonight, but keep plenty of fluids. Come on, Ben, what's this Tesco trolleys you're on about? Or is that just is that just your humour that I should be used to by now? Best learns short track, love to see it. Which will best learn champ. Oh, we've got the wind-ups in the chat now. So we're looking at Captain here, one half of the Alfa Romeo team, followed by Sir Nomi, who's Lewis's teammate out in the MG Rover. Back in the day, you'll hear me reference the cars as they were in the day. Excuse me, let me just mute for a second. I need to come. Yeah, you'll hear me reference, because obviously, I feel like I'm banging on about this, but I used to be a race marshal at the local circuit, which is Alton Park, so you'll hear me referencing the cars that these liveries were on back in the day. So we see the current second place man in the points at the moment, CCR Shadow GT, out in the Vauxhall Vectra, sponsored by the Masterfit Vauxhall. So he's had some cracking results. I think he's finally getting really comfortable with this car now. I don't want to jinx him, but he's had some cracking results against, Clayjack's is one of the... Clayjack's is the GOAT, but we've also got another one in here, Witchell, tonight. Both extremely fast drivers. Top 50 world times, or 100. I probably got that wrong, but you get the gist. Rapid nonetheless. So Shadow up against them to have some results against Clayjacks. I'm not singling just Clayjacks out, but to get a result against Clayjacks, that takes some doing. So, well, keep it up, Shadow. And unfortunately, I should mention at this time, he's lost one half of his team, which unfortunately was his dad, due to a wheel issue, having some connection issues. So KZN Maximum has very gracefully decided that rather than take a chance with his wheel and take someone out by it disconnecting, he's decided to retire from the championship, which is a shame. But we had some great rounds with Maximum. Some great battles between father and son, which is brilliant. So we got Sir Skins here from SIR Racing Community, out in Julian Bailey's Toyota Carina back in the day, and Clayjacks out in Camish's Honda Civic. So when they have a driver's swap after the sprint race, Witchell will be coming out in Matt Neal's Honda Civic, which I presume he's tinkering with in the pit lane now, in the pit garage, getting it all up to speed, getting everything done. So let's go further down the grid. We've got Sir Johnny from SIR Racing Community also out in Steve Soper's BMW 3 Series 320, I believe it was back in the day. But I've got to admit, these cars really suit all the liveries. Yeah, you've got to use your imagination, but it's a game at the end of the day. I saw these racing at Silverstone last year. It was the 156s, and they just... So if you're a true motorsport fan, you'll watch anything. And I don't know, seeing these Alphas going round, it just gives me an idea for this series. So that's how it was born. So let's go back down the grids. We've got 12 on the grids. We've got Handy Pint. Here we go. So this is Paul Radisic's Peugeot 406. So it's the first time we've seen this out on track this season. And it's our boss. He doesn't like me calling it the boss, but it's Captain Colossus's favourite livery from the era. So, and with Handy Pint and Beastman being part of CCM and Captain's right-hand men, it was only fitting that Pint should keep his seat warm, because unfortunately Captain was supposed to take part tonight, but he other commitments and he couldn't make it. So it's in safe hands with Handy Pint at the wheel. So yeah, it's nice to see this out on track. I've not seen it. Literally, this is the first time I've seen it out on track, and it does look brilliant. If you just imagine a 406, take away the Alpha, but it just looks great on track. So have we covered the grid? Oh, we haven't covered Meccano out in Will Hoy's Renault Laguna from back in the day. Now, Meccano's had some really great results. Unfortunately, he was very ill a few weeks ago, and he had to take a 2-week break. So his points have obviously suffered during that time. But he's continued on, and he's just going out there, having fun, enjoying it, and just giving his best performance, and it's showing. So go well out there tonight, Meccano. Have a great race. And we have here the defending champion from Season 1, Mr. Danny C. So there you'll see the gold star on the back window. That's the defending champion to signify that. So Danny will also be streaming this from his perspective. So if you want, if you do a lot of strategy races, or you've not done a lot and you're a bit wary of them, and you're unsure of how to work the strategy out, go and visit Danny over on It's Danny C on YouTube. Not in the sprint race, because it's just there's no tyre and fuel wear, but in the feature race, if you want an insight as to how Danny tackles it, and also driving technique in the wet, Danny's a good all-rounder. So it's if you want to go over there and just check out that, if you're unsure, if you don't do much racing with the strategy involved, yeah, Danny's your man to go and have a look. You'll pick up a lot of information from Danny. So we've got Lewis here in the other MG Rover, driven by Colin Turkington back in the day. Lewis is one of the head guys over at SIR Racing, one of the team leaders. So I think that's 10 minutes practice. So if everybody is ready, let me just get a message. Let me just get a message up here. Let's get this if I can. Oh yeah, it is working. Oh, this is where it sounds like a typewriter, isn't it? This is what Captain was saying the other week. So let's just get that sent. So if everybody's ready, I'm going to get this qualifying underway. So let's just check everybody's in before I do it. 13, there's no one not entered, is there? Nope. Right, we're good to go. So, right, in 3, 2... I'll tell you what, I'll just put starting. I'll put starting quali, so that they can all see it. Right, so in 3, 2, 1, let's get the quali underway. So the procedure, the format for these races, if you're new to the stream, and if you are new to the stream, thank you ever so much for tuning in and watching. Feel free to drop a like and hit that subscribe button while you're here. It would help out the old codger. So the format for each round is there's a 15-minute sprint race, followed by a 30-minute feature. So the only qualifying that's involved is in this sprint race. So as usual, this will determine their grid positions, and the finishing positions. Let me just get the details on the screen and get the driver names off. So the finishing positions of this race, the results, will determine the starting grid for the feature, but in reverse order. I.e., you win this race, you start at the back of the grid in the feature, and there's tyre wear and mandatory tyre usage. So it keeps them all on the toes. Oh, hang on a minute. Ben's retracted a message. What? Was that a bit bad then, Ben? It's not normally stopped you before. Which will rip the tune straight off a DTM League tune I use for an old Merc. I don't know whether I should laugh at that. You watch this now. I bet you... Oh, yeah. Well... Yeah, Witchell hasn't driven these before. So why have we only got 12, not 13? Is someone in the pits? Who have we... Has someone dropped out? Hold on, let me just go... 30... 13... I'm just... Oh, sorry, 13's include... Oh, it's just... Yeah. Driver names off. Schoolboy error. Okay, so Clayjax is going to be the first over the line. There's been... I'm not sure what the lap times on here. I'd imagine 140s? Potentially, somewhere around there. So we'll see. So Clayjax is the first on his flying lap. So we'll go on board. We'll just go on board with Clayjax and see how he attacks this course. It's quite... This is a long sweeping right-hander. If you don't get it right, I found you had to just back off a little bit because otherwise it'll run wide. But this is another corner where you can use quite a lot on the outside, more than I thought you could. And then we're coming down to a fast sweeping right-hander, then a bit of a straight, and straight into a heavy braking zone here, into the chicane. Oh no, this is the short track. Yeah, so the chicane isn't here. That's right, so you're coming down quite a long sweeping right, a set of S-bends here. So let's just see what time... Yeah, so you're coming through the stadium complex here. And then this will lead out. This will lead onto the main straight now. It's all about getting the power down at the right time there, especially because you're exiting it on the curbs on the left. So let's just see what time. I think this is gonna be a good lap from Clayjax. This is a good benchmark. This. Let's see what Clayjax can set. 138. Wow. Whew. But having said that, Matty Cake immediately pips Clayjax for the one by 0.08 of a second. Wow. Let's come out of this. Let's come out of Clayjax now. 140. Yeah, 140. Yeah. See, the human times are coming in now. 140s. 38.0 from Clayjax in practice, says Ben. Wow. Whew. That's rapid, Ben, isn't it? Blimey. I mean, I had a go. I mean, I did a setup for these. I mean, I used to do setups all the time, but I've literally not raced for months. And I just went on track earlier and see what. I don't race this track a lot at all. It's a good track, but I just find I can't seem to get the rhythm. I mean, I managed a low. I think it was a 1:45.1. So yeah, yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, if they're doing, I mean, this is the short track, but so let's just see what the leaderboard at the moment. So let's go back up. So Shadow GT at the moment, Handy Pint has jumped into 4th place with a 1:39.1. That's a brilliant time for Handy Pint in the Peugeot. Danny's had a bit of an off there, so he's been that lap and very, good race awareness, pulled off the racing line, pulled over, let Handy Pint past. So Pint, as we all know, is part of the CCM crew, which is Captain Colossus Media, who does track guides, mainly for the daily races, and yeah, he's no slouch, he's Handy Pint. Definitely got the pace there, so, but it's only the second time Pint's driven these. So he's still sort of finding his rhythm, so to speak. Yeah, he was 5/10 down on his last lap, but that's still, he's kept his Shadow. Yeah, he's 2/10 behind. So Lewis is in a great position at the moment with a 1:39.6. Puts him in 6th place. Johnny Rotax is just behind him, literally 2/10 off. And Meccano is also in 8th place. I'm using the pad here. I can use the keyboard, can't I? So let's just go down to Captain. Let's see what Captain's done. A 1:40.6 at the moment, which puts him in 10th. The reason why I had the confusion was because that's right. Yeah, Darth's more. Yeah, that's right. Darth couldn't make it, so that's why we're down. So Storm is sitting in the pits at the moment. So let's just see where. Oh, that's strange. So let's just see what Danny C's done up to now. So that's a 1:38.6. See what, there's some fast times coming in. So they've got 3 minutes left of quali, so that's, gauging on this, that's another 2 laps. You see Danny get it a bit sideways there coming out, that's the trouble. So you get on the power in these too early, and it can properly, the rear end can break traction. So hope everybody's enjoying what they're seeing here tonight. This should be, yeah, the sprint's going to be fast and furious, but there's yeah, I'm looking forward to the feature. 160, wow. Yeah, so that would suggest to me that Danny's running, running with a little bit less downforce. Mainly because of the really, really long straight on this track. So, yeah, I don't think they'll want as little downforce as that later on. So that may be increased. But yeah, I was only getting 157. So that's a good 5 or 6 mile an hour quicker than I was getting. So that just shows, yeah. Aidan Sayers is in the room. I didn't see it. Racing Soft. 12 plus you. Yes, Aidan. I realised my mistake, mate. See? Old goat. As Witchell was highlighting earlier, you see. There you go. School. Yeah, senior moment, as you call it. So let's just see if Clayjax has improved. Yeah, not by much. 1:37.98. He's the first guy in the 37s. So let's just go on board with Matty Cake, who's his closest contender, 2/10 at the moment. Let's just see. He's 400ths up on the first sector. So can Matty overhaul this? Matty's going really well. So, can he find another 10th and a half? Yeah, people see that as a lot, but over so many corners, it might only be a few hundredths. It's all about getting the power down at the right moment, and just not. Obviously, if you're sliding, you're not going forwards, so you're going to lose momentum. You're going to lose time there. So, yeah, he's gone down there. He's 2/10 down, but that's. Can he get that back? But Danny C is 2/10 off Matty at the moment. So let's just go on board with Danny C and let's just see where he's up to on the timing sectors. As we're approaching now, this could be the final lap. I don't think they're going to get round for another lap. I could be wrong, but we've got 20 seconds left. Ooh, that's close with Danny, as you see him kicking up the dust there. I wonder if that's a penalty. It's surprising how much you can use of these curbs. So he's a 10th down. Ooh, he's getting a bit loose on the grass there. That's going to give him dirty tyres. So, yeah, this is Danny's final lap. So this is, at the moment, this is looking like your top three. So we've got Clayjax, Matty Cake and Danny C. Closely followed by Shadow, only 2/10 behind. So as Danny's coming up on a back marker there, but I don't think it's going to make any difference, to be honest. Oh, you see, look at that, you see. That green stuff really doesn't provide any traction whatsoever. As Danny picks a penalty up, so that's Danny's lap. Yeah, that's Danny's run over. So, looks like that's Danny in third. Yeah, they're all finishing the laps now. Aidan Sayers, how are you? I'm fine, Aidan, thank you, mate. It's nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, quite often see you in Player Sports lobbies. So, who doesn't know who that is? That's PS UK. That's Player Sport UK. Craig streams on a Friday and a Saturday. Saturday and a Sunday normally. Tries to scroll through the various groups. So you do Group 1 one weekend, Group 2, then Group 3. Does super formulas. He even does karts. So if you like that sort of thing, head over to Player Sport. I couldn't give you a time that he streams because it's not a set time. It can be 8, 7, can be 9, but head over there and drop him a like and a subscribe. I'm sure you'll appreciate that. So as we're approaching now the end of quali, so Clayjax with the fastest lap. So that's 1 point Clayjax has gained. So you get and he's got an extra. He's got 2 points already, one for pole position and one for the fastest lap, plus whatever he scores in the race. You don't get a point for pole position in the feature, obviously, because I set the grid in the feature. So let's just quickly run through. Let's have a look at the grid. So that's your grid, ladies and gentlemen. So as we saw there, Clayjack's taking pole with Matty Cake in second, Danny C in third, Meccano in fourth place. What a result for Meccano. Pipping Shadow right at the end. Not a lot in it. Handy Pipe with a great 6th place, just pipping Lewis there in 7th, just ahead of Sir Johnny in 8th. We've got Sir Skins from SIR in 9th place, Captain in 10th, Storm from SIR, and SIR Nomi in 11th and 12th respectively. So let's come out of that. So if everybody's ready, Lewis. Okay, I'll hang on. We've got someone going to the toilet. Let me know in the chat, please, when they're back, so that I don't start it. Just type go in the chat, Lewis. I presume you're in a race. You're in a chat, aren't you? Apologies for the delay, but just understandably, people want a toilet break. Must be the excitement of quali. Yeah, so can someone let me know when it's good to go? And I will get this race going. Clayjack's got to convert this really under a bit of pressure to maximise points, says Clayjack's. Yeah, with a not let's have a clean race. Yeah. Right, I'll just type that in. Right, Lewis, I'm going to get this going. Can you let me know, please, Lewis, in the chat or in the game? I can't hang on forever. Just give me the let any to have a good race. I'm going to get this going. Lewis, if you're watching the stream, please can you let me know? If you're in a chat with Johnny, can you let me know, please? If I don't hear anything, I'm just going to get it going. Right. Well, I've given him a minute now, so okay, so I'm going to start the race. So in 3, 2, 1, let's get this going. No reply in the chat, so I can't sit here for... Hopefully, they will have managed to get back. Savage says which... well, let's get the driver names off. I'm hoping I've not jumped the gun too early, but we'll see. Yeah, the BMW's moving, so we're all right. Well, I had no confirmation in the chat. So I'll leave 6, 7. Yeah, everybody's off the grid, so he's managed to go to the toilet. So as Clayjax leads the field away, so as he said in the chat, he's got to maximise these points now. With him only being able to score in the sprint race because reserve drivers only score manufacturer points, and when they're part of a team, it's only 50% points. So Clayjax is on a mission to bag as many points as he can in this race. So I'm just going to go down. So it's Clayjax leading the field away. So we've got Matty Cake on a close charge there, but I just saw there, let's go down to 5th place. So we've got Shadow GT, who's second in the championship at the moment, trying to hunt down Meccano. Now we go, no, Meccano's got some pace. We see Shadow running wide there, so that's going to give dirty tyres. Handy Pipe will have seen that. So that's, as you see there, Handy Pipe making a move, taking advantage of Shadow with his dirty tyres. But Pike's picked up a half-second penalty by trying to go round the outside there. So that's going to drop Pike back a couple of places, I would have thought. So maybe that'll go down to 7th. So Lewis will be watching this. So I don't know whether Lewis can capitalise on this with Pike pulling over there on the penalty line. Can Lewis get the run? He's got Shadow's slipstream. He has, and Pike pulls right back in behind there. As we see Johnny making a move on Handy Pipe, so Pike's lost quite a bit of speed there. So let's just go back. As we see Skins trying to come round the outside of Handy Pipe. This is all very close racing, and this is brilliant. Whoa. As Skins gets the back end loose there. So let's go further down the grid. We've got Nomi and Storm. So Captain must have had a bit of an issue. So can I get onto... No, I can't get onto... For some reason I'm going to have to use the arrows. So Captain must have had a bit of a spin, which I missed. So I will try and get a replay at some point. But let's just go back up to the top of the grid and let's just see if... See, the gap hasn't really... He's not managing to get his foot down. I say that. You watch the lap times going in, but Matty's not letting him get away. So the order in the championship at the moment is Clayjax is leading it with Shadow GT in 2nd place and Matty K in 3rd. So it's all to play for here because Matty's going to be scoring in both. So see, look how much they use there of the track on the exit. Now that green AstroTurf or the painted section is not, you know, it hasn't got a lot of grip at all. So that's the third lap completed. So 1:38 in race pace. That's impressive without any tow. So let's just go back down. Let's go and have a look. See, Lewis is in 6th place there. So just going to go, yeah, and Meccano. I'm just going to go back down to this battle here. I'm just going to go on. I'm just going to go on board with. I'm just going to see. Let's go on board with Danny C. Let's see if we can. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, is that why it's not working? Ah, that's why it's not working, because I had caps lock on. Oh, that's the keyboard. Right, so let's go on board with Danny C, who's actually made the move on Meccano. So let's just see if I can get that replay. No, we didn't manage to catch it. No, we didn't manage to catch it. We'd already. So let's come back out of this view now. So Danny has made his way into 3rd place and got past Meccano, but Meccano's still there holding off Shadow. That's a brilliant effort from Meccano. So that's some good points at the moment, and it's only lap 3. 10 minutes to go, so I'd imagine another 6 laps. I'd imagine maybe a 10 or 11 lap race. But Danny, let's just go on board with Danny here. Let's just see what Danny can see here. He's lining up Matty Cake down the main straight here. He's got the slip. And he's going for it. Matty knows he's there. Matty knows he's got the advantage. As Danny has made his move into 2nd place. We see Matty there. Can Matty get the switch back? He's trying to look down the inside. Let's come back out of this now. But Danny's got the line for the next corner. But Matty's come back. That's a great move from Matty to hold it there. But these two are going at it. Look at this. But meanwhile, that's bringing these two into contention. The more Matty and Danny battle, but Danny's never not going to battle, or Matty for that matter. But yeah, Shadow and Meccano are having a cracking battle. So let's just go on board with Shadow at the moment, and let's just see. Let's just go. So, we see Shadow's up at the moment, only by 600ths, but. Yeah, Meccano seems to be getting a better drive out of some of the corners here. So I'd imagine they've all got it set up for. There's not much difference between the tracks. But it's this section here I found tricky, because it's sort of a blind entry into the corner. If you get on it too early, you go really wide, as we see Shadow just get the back end loose there. But Meccano has really, really got the power down early and managed to get a drive. So Shadow's in the slipstream, but he's just not. He's way too far back for a move. So let's just go back to the top of the grid and let's just have a look at the top now. Clayjax has pulled out a 1.9 second lead over Danny C. But I'm just looking at this battle here. I'm just going to go on. That's 2 second lead, but that's because these two are. Meccano is going for a move. Let's go for. Meccano is going for a move on Matty Cake, and he's got it done. So Matty Cake may have had an issue. So can I get a replay of anything that Matty did? Did he have a bit of an issue? No, maybe he just went wide and lost a bit of traction, but that Shadow threw on Matty Cake as well. But Shadow's there. It's not easy to keep it. So you keep coming onto the curbs there and getting dirty tyres. So Matty won't be too happy with that. So, but Shadow will be loving that. And Meccano, as we see Shadow, look at that, getting the back end loose there. But all the while, these three are battling. Clayjax is just rubbing his hands, I would imagine. So has he extended his lead? Let's go back down to Handy Pine. Yeah, he's just out of the slipstream of Lewis, who's having an absolute belter of a race here. So he's not, yeah, he's keeping. I mean, to keep Handy Pint at bay is something else. So there's no fuel and tyre wear on here, so they're basically flat out. So maybe the Peugeot hasn't got the legs. So, but let's see. Johnny there is, yeah, well within the slipstream. I can't get my words out tonight. As Skins in the BMW. So, yeah, Johnny's had some great races. And obviously, Handy Pint has had an issue there, so he's got dirty tyres. So that's going to make him vulnerable. As we see Skins looking for a move. Has he managed to get that done? He has. He's managed to get that move done on Pint, so that's going to give him dirty tyres, but he's also run wide there, and Johnny's taken full advantage. But Pint's out there having fun. He's enjoying it. I'm going to go back to the top of the grid. Hang on, before we go any further, let's just check out. As Captain's made up a position on Storm, so he's hunting down Sir Nomi from SAR, one of his racing buddies. So this is yeah, Nomi's having a good run, but Nomi normally sets his car up by all accounts for drifting. He's having fun, he's loving it. So let's just quickly go back to the top of the grid. As Clayjax has pulled out a 2.7 second lead, he definitely means business tonight. It's Clayjax, but as we can see there, the top 5 are all on the same patch of track here. So Danny C and Meccano and Shadow all battling. So let's just go back to Shadow and see how, as we see there, making a move on Meccano coming down the main straight into T1. So all got great racecraft here. Meccano being well aware of that, but yeah, see, Shadow's getting it. That makes me think that he's got a little bit less rear downforce, because he seems to be getting the back end out. He's loving it, Shadow. He's drifting it round some of the corners, but Meccano's there giving Shadow a really hard time here. But that's bringing Matty Cake, who's in 5th place at the moment. That's giving him all the hope to get back on. He's on the back of these, so if the more these battle, it's bringing him closer and closer to this battle. So we've got 4 minutes left of this race, so that's effectively 3 laps. Yeah, it should be a 10-lap race, I think. As we see Matty Cake go purple in the second sector there, so Clayjax has already done his quali time. He's beaten his quali time actually in the race with a 1:37.93. He won't be too happy if Matty Cake nicks the fastest lap off him. He needs all the points he can get, as he said earlier. So I've neglected the chat a little bit, so we're still up to... Aidan says, how do I join the championship, or is it too late to join? We've only got 1 round left, Aidan. It won't be the last championship, mate, but feel free. There'll be, I think Danny will be running a championship in the very near future. DTMs that we're working on together. Well, I'm helping Danny, so feel free to join that one, matey, but there's no information released as yet. But let's just go back to the top of the grid at the moment. So Clayjax now 2.3 second lead. So Matty didn't manage to beat the fastest lap. So can Clayjax keep hold of that fastest lap? It's only 1 point, but whoa, as Clayjax goes really wide there, that's, yeah. These curves are lethal, as they can shut you really wide. So we see 2 minutes left now, 2.5 minutes. So that's, yeah, Clayjax will have another 2 laps. 9 watching, thank you ever so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Watching this, the round 5 of Jimmy Codger's British Touring Car Championship, Season 2. The first season we utilised Group 4 machinery in the form of the Nissan Silvia Group 4 with BOP. But this season I've decided to up the ante. I've always wanted to do this and have a bit of tuning, and utilising a single make championship using the Alfa Romeo Giulia. 2020 model. So the only parts that these guys can fit, these drivers, are a weight reduction stage 1, power restrictor to detune them, brake balance controller, and front and rear aero parts. And they can tune them. There's a PP limit and a horsepower limit, but they can tune them to the heart's content, all on fully customizable suspension. Legion, if you're watching the stream, I forgot to mention, you can add suspension to your car, mate. I do apologise. I think I missed that off your message. I'll send a message now. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, okay. So just got a message on Discord from Legion, who's going to be racing in the feature race, hopefully. He'll be scurrying back to the workshop now, so there's a counting down, 20 seconds left now, so Clayjax is going to come round for another lap. So he's got a 4-second lead over Danny C, so let's go on board as these, look at this here, wheel to wheel. So we got Mikado and Shadow. Look at this, swapping positions here. This battle, I'm gonna stay on this battle here. This is a three-way battle here for third place. This is incredible. So it's lovely to see Meccano getting right in the mix of it. He's always been quick, but look at this. He's got to be wary of Matty. He's trying to attack Shadow, but he's also got to hold Matty off. But can Shadow hold the pair of them off? But look at this is brilliant. I'm going to go on board. Let's just go on board with Matty Cake and let's just see what he sees here. As we see Meccano there, Meccano's desperately trying to defend from Matty, but he's also got to be wary. Matty's having a look. He's making his presence known. There's not much of the track left now. We've just got the sweeping right-hander now. Shadows. Meccano gets it a little bit squirrely on there on the exit. Let's just come back out of this view now. I'm just going to see, can Shadow hold it together? He needs all the points he can get. If Shadow can get a podium, he'll need this. He's also desperate for points. Oh, as Matty gets it properly sideways there. But can Shadow get a good drive out of here? But Clayjax is going to take the win in the sprint race of round 5, followed by this man Danny C in second place. Shadow has managed to do it. Has he managed to do it? He's managed to keep third place. Oof, what a battle from... Oh, thank you ever so much, guys. I knew that was going to be a cracker, but what a race between you. I mean, I can't single... Nice. Maximum conversion, says Clayjax. He managed to get the fastest lap, pole position, and the win. So that's a points total of 22 points for Clayjax. So at this point now, I'm hoping Legion and Witchell will be in the room. Legion is in the room. Have we got Witchell in the room? Yes. So Witchell, get in the lobby. So yeah, we're just waiting on... Legion is representing Team Nissan. So, well done, Clayjax. That was a great win. And yeah, what... Oh, hang on, we've got one more. That might be Witchell. Hoping it is. It is. Jakey boy is in the house. Love it when the plans comes together. Right, so what I'm going to do tonight, I'm just going to save the replay quickly. I'm going to open a room that's a practice for the feature, because I don't want the weather in the practice. So round 5 feature practice. Here we go. So I'm going to open this lobby up. Oh, hang on a minute. Before I do that, I need to get the results. I need to get a screenshot of the results. Well, I'll take a picture. Because I need to set the grid. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. There's 1, 2. Right. So the procedure is, I'm just going to type a message. When I open resetting grid. Okay, all this new technology, getting used to it. Right, so I've got the results. Right, so let's just get this, edit the event settings. Let's load the practice lobby. Right, so this is what they've been waiting for. Just make sure. Yeah, so this is the information that all the guys have been waiting for. Oh no, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. That's right. Tire wear times 6. Fuel consumption times 4. Now, you won't need. There'll be no weather in the practice lobby. So I'm just going to change the event settings to get this open for them. So I will put that on screen again. So it's 6 times 6 tyre wear times 4 fuel. There'll be no weather in this. So this is your practice. I'm going to give you 10 minutes practice to get your setups ready. Hopefully this will change now. Fingers crossed. Danny C, let's just catch up with the chat while this loads. Yes, it's loaded. Good stuff. Meccano, GG's. I got Shadow. That was the hardest third I've ever had to work for. Matty Cake, I can't push this car. The moment I do, it snaps on me. I need reactions 30 years younger. That's my problem. Witchell, all tyre compounds are available to you. But you can use whatever you like, but you must use the hards for 1 timed lap. So if you start on the hards, cross the finish at the start, go round, do a lap, that's your out lap. So then you do a timed lap, go past the finish line, come back into the pits. So you've got to set a timed lap, not your out lap. So as long as everyone's clear on that, but I've got to say, you don't have to, you can use the softs if you want, you don't have to. So let's just get some information on the screen. Is that clear, Witchell? No, you don't have to use softs. No, sorry, I misread that. No, you don't. You don't have to use softs at all. You can use any tyre compound. The only tyre you have to use is the hard. Mikado, I'm starting to smell a little rain race from the Codger. Well, I had messages that a certain community, namely SIR racing community, seemed to like the weather that the Codger was throwing and asked for more of it. They might regret that. I've not gone full Codger. It's close though. All good, mate, says Mitchell. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. I've already explained it in great detail, mate. It's Clay Jacks. Yeah, Clay Jacks, you're right, mate. Yeah, Meccano says he's starting to smell a little rain race. Well, thank you ever so much for joining, Clay Jacks, and legend as always. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Your teammate will do you proud for Honda, no doubt. So I'll give them about 10 minutes practice. If they want to make any changes to the setup, they can do, because they know they might want to alter the downforce they know there's weather coming, just not when it's coming. So they'll need a different setup for the weather. They'll have to compromise though, because it's not going to be wet all race. Just a section of it. See, I've not gone full Codger. Could have had this all wet. Meccano says, just remember we have to do a lap on the slick, so can't rain entire race. Yeah, because you'd get a penalty. Yeah, I might have to adjust that for, yeah, so I can't do can't do a full rain race, can I, Meccano? So they'll be out there now testing. So Matty's out on the softs, testing how long they're going to last him. So they'll all be testing different compounds now. So Shadow's out on the hard. Now this has come to this man here, Legion 21k. This is, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard me mention this guy all the time. It's one click and design. So this guy has been absolute legendary in helping me. He's provided templates for me and to do my advertising posters, and basically I've had to get used to all the technology, and yeah, he's been an absolute diamond for helping me out. So he stood in at last minute. He's driven these a little bit in testing, but he's not done full race distance, so he's just slapped. I hope he managed to get the message that I hope he's managed to put fully customizable suspension. I hope he's managed to do that, but we'll soon see the lap times as he goes to the top of the board, so maybe he has. So go well out of there tonight, Legion. Out in the Nissan Primera of David Leslie back in the day. So at the moment, so Shadow, this is just practice at the moment, so we'll see what sort of times are coming in. 144s. I've got a feeling there'll be a bit more time in it than that. I mean, I'll be happy if they don't go quicker than that, because I was doing a 145. So let's just see. Let's go back down. Let's go see Jakey boy. Let's see what he's. Here we go. As we see him, he's out in Matt Neal's Honda Civic, the other half of Team Honda. So let's just see what Jake is. Witchell is one of these rapid guys. I don't want to big him up too much, because there's no sunroof in this Alpha. So we see what he can do with these. The practice is mainly for Witchell and Legion, because they've not driven these in a proper race situation before, and they're road cars, not race cars, I should add. So Witchell's naturally testing the softs, but all will be revealed. Whoa, go Witchell, says Clayjacks. You got your teammate there cheering on the side. He's in the grandstands there. Did you see him? What Clayjacks didn't say was he's going to go and get a burger and a pint and watch Witchell. I think that's what he's doing. I thought I caught sight of him in the grandstands there. But have fun tonight, mainly Witchell. Just go out there, have fun. They're pretty twitchy, but yeah, if anybody can tame it, this man can. So have fun out there, Witchell. We got Nomi out there. Loves to drift as our Nomi. Yeah, he loves to have fun out there. He's testing the hards out. So Danny C out for Team Audi, also testing the hards. Now there'll be a lot of different strategies at play here, because until they see that they'll know what the sire degradation is, but they also know what sort of weather can come on this track at Fuji. So we're approaching 7 minutes here, so this is just practice, just to get, as Matty sets the quickest time at the moment with a 1:43.4. Wow. Oh. Commentator's curse. Sorry, Matty. I'm not going to put that on replay. But we've got Captain here. He's also testing the softs now. I'm not going to say how many laps he's done. Give it away. I'm sure they've all got the information that they need. So let's see what sort of time. Legion's in the pits having he must be having a coffee and a bacon sandwich. Just chilling. So along with Storm, Lewis, so okay, I'm set, says Legion. Good stuff. Right, okay. So you can start on whatever tyre you like. You've got racing softs, racing mediums, racing hard. Legion, make sure you've got the wet tyres bought for the car. Send him that message because he's not familiar. So I don't know if he's listening to the stream or not, but sent me a message. So right, we're approaching the end of this practice now, and what I will do is, let's see how long we've got left now. I'm going to give them 10 minutes. There's no quali, so I need to get these pictures up on my phone, and then I'm going to have to set the grid when I open the main lobby. So you have to just bear with me while I do that, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so 9 minutes. Right. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here because I am guilty of neglecting it a little bit. No, I offered to fill in as Shadow's team when we started the... Ah, damn it! Ben, do you want to race in the feature? You can join and race in the feature if you like. Sorry, I've just seen your message. Let me know, Ben. If you want to race in the feature, yeah, you can race as Shadow's teammate in the feature if you like, Beastman. Yeah, let me know if you do. Let me know where you want to start. Right, so let's have a look at this now. So that's 10 minutes. So I'm gonna exit now. I'm gonna change the room now. So let's just see. Yeah, we've got space. Ben, let me know in the chat if you want to join in, my mate. Right, so edit event settings. Right, this is the one they've all been waiting for. Right, so round 5 feature. Right, so change event settings. Right, so please all enter your cars. Let's just get a message up. Oh, oops. Let me just get a message up. Oops. Can't type now, can I? Oh God, I'm hopeless tonight. Setting grid. Right. Right, hopefully they get the message. So just the... Right. I'm presuming Ben isn't entering. Let me know. Right, starting grid. So... Right, so Clayjacks. Right, so... Okay, so Witchell is going to the back. Sorry, Witchell, because he's taking place of Clayjacks. Danny C. Shadow GT. Shadow GT. Meccano. What a result for Meccano. Then we've got Matty Cake. Then we've got Handy Pint, I think. No, Lewis finished 6th. What a result for Lewis. So that goes there. Johnny, Lewis. Then we've got Handy Pint in 8th. What a result. Second time out, so that goes there. So right, sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Sign of old age, I know. But right, Skins was in 9th. So Skins, adjust the grid. Goes there. Captain goes there. Know Me Then Storm. Know Me Then Storm. That leaves Legion on pole. Yeah, Ben, if you... I've had no message from Ben. Okay, so I'm going to apply that. Right, that is the grid. Right, so... Right, so... I'm just going to show the weather settings now so that everybody can see on the stream. So there are your weather settings. So it's times 6 times 4. So as we see there, all tyres are available, but you must use the hard. If you don't, then you will get a penalty. But that is the weather settings, ladies and gentlemen, for the feature here at Fuji International. So don't have a clue what to do. Give over, Witchell. I've heard that before. Right. I'm just going to put a minute. I'm just going to put 2-minute start. Because I need to visit the bathroom. Right, I'm just going to leave you. Let's get some information on the screen. We'll leave you with Shadow, and I'm just going to mute for a second, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, the Codger is back. So, just going to put it here. Choose starting tyres. Yeah, everybody watching the stream, choose the tyres that you want to start on now. Don't complain that you haven't got the right tyres at the start, as we've had issues in the past where people haven't got the right tyres on. So just put here, starting soon. So Legion is on pole, but Legion, if you're watching the stream, just be aware that we've got the reserve drivers. Yeah, just try and keep out of the way of the battles. The at the top. You're here to race, but let's get down to business, says Danny C. Is it Danny C time? But just be aware that there's, I'm looking forward to this one. There will be some weather, as I've said. So, without any further delay, everybody should have the starting tyres that they want now. So I am going to get this race going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Well, I'm looking forward to this one. Got 9 watching. Welcome along, everybody. So let's get this. As we see them all lining up on the grid here at Fuji International Speedway. Let's get the display the race info. I'm not having any tyre wear on at all, because I want to leave it as a surprise for me, and to stop them all. Some of them will watch the stream and get an idea of what people are going on to. So the first time that the rest of the drivers will know what tyres other people are on is when they go into the pits for the first time, as we see Legion leading the grid away the first lap here of the feature race at Jimmy Codger's British Touring Car Championship. So this will give the, I won't say slower drivers, the drivers that are, you kind of feel awkward to say it, but it gives everybody a fair chance, because the quicker drivers are going to potentially win the sprint. And then we had some mixed results last week. We had some brilliant results from Lewis over SIR Racing, Johnny. They've all proven to be absolute class drivers. Not singling just those out, but over the whole championship, they've all proved to be absolutely incredible. Just racecraft. Look at all this. I'm just going to have to go down on the keyboard here. Let's go down to 7th place. Look at this. As we're on board with Lewis here, he's trying to make a move on one of the lead. We have a spin. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get that. So that was Handy Pint. So let's just see what happens. Let's see if I can get that replay. Ah, that's what it is. Let's see what happened here. There's a bit of contact there. Is this past it? Is this after it had happened? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I didn't realise it doesn't work with caps lock. Ignore the... we're getting this glitch for some reason where it says there's no fuel left. I don't know if that's a glitch in the game. But meanwhile, Meccano, who started 6th place, I believe, is up into 4th, chasing down Lewis. Let's come out of this view now. So let's just see where Witchell started at the back. Literally right at the back, and in end of lap, coming up towards the end of lap 2, he's found himself up in 6th place, hassling Handy Pint here. But look at Clay Jacks is cheering in the grandstands at this performance. Oh, that's what I didn't realise. I got that glitch. When I go on the keyboard, it puts the tyre wear on, or it puts the tyre that they're using on. I didn't want to display that, but hopefully no one else saw it. I don't know where to look here, so let's just go back. So Lewis, I'm going to go to, and there's a yellow flag. As you see, Witchell there. Handy Pint is in 4th place at the moment. What a result for... What a drive. He's managing to get that Peugeot working. I don't know where to look in this. Is that much? So we see the 2 challenges here. Well, Shadow GT is right in the mix of it there. He's just got a move done on Witchell. So let's go back down to Shadow. Witchell. Witchell's coming straight back at Shadow down the main straight here. So I've got I don't know what they'll have done with the setups here, but I'm going to have to go on board with Danny C. 3 abreast. Look at this. 3 abreast coming. Honda, Audi, and Vauxhall. But who's gonna get this? Is Witcher gonna make the most of it? No, Shadow runs wide at T1, so that's given a place to Danny, and Handy Pint has come through. But now Witchell has found himself up in 4th place. This is incredible. I'm going to go on board with Shadow. Look at this. Look at this review. This is proper touring cars, ladies and gentlemen, innit? You've seen the programmes from the back in the day, mainly Cleland and Thompson, Needell, and Rydell in the Volvo. This was a typical view you got. Bumper to bumper action. Of course, it was a non-contact sport that was announced at the beginning of every race, which made the whole crowd laugh. Let's come out of this view now. As we see them all grouped up here in 4th, 5th and 6th here. This is incredible. So we've got the leaders now, we've got the quicker guys coming through here. So we've got Shadow, Danny and Matty Cake. So Legion at the moment has set the quickest lap, which hasn't been beaten yet, and it's lap 3. So he's obviously found a good setup. So I'm just going to quickly go to the top of the grid here and just see. Look at this, 8.6 seconds lead at the moment. I'm not sure what to do. I don't know how this. I didn't expect this. I don't know what to do about the points. Yeah, but Meccano in 2nd place. But he's been. I'm gonna have to go on. But look at this. Oh, this is great. Look at this here. You see, Witchell is up on this lap, so this could see the fastest lap going. So this will be a point to the manufacturer for Honda. As they're coming towards the end of lap 4 now. So can Meccano keep this together? So Meccano's been in the chat saying, Darth Smorg. Oh, welcome, Darth. Hope you feel better soon, Darth. Yeah, this is Darth Smorg, who races the Team Volvo. Unfortunately, couldn't make it tonight. Feeling a bit under the weather. So yeah, health comes first. So, as we see, Clayjack's getting it a little bit loose there, so... Clayjack's. I'm so used to saying Clayjack's. Witchell, sorry, mate. But Meccano's been jumping on with this wet weather, so he's obviously keen on this, just wet weather. So, as we see, the mist is starting to fall. It's. I'd love to see the info, because you can get a gauge, not just the tyre wear, but the moisture level on the track. As we see, it's just on board with Meccano now, as we see in the distance area coming over the hills over here at Fuji. This is low-lying cloud here, so they'll be looking at this. They'll have the weather radar on, no doubt, in the car, just as we see Witchell has made a move here into T1. So can he get on the brakes, get it stopped, get it turned in? He can, but it was Meccano right on the back of him here. So this is a great battle here. So let me just come out of this view here. I'm just going to go down to Lewis, who's up in 5th place, ahead of Danny C, and really challenging Matty Cake here. So yeah. So Lewis is doing really, really well here. So the lights have come on now on the cars. So I've not seen any wipers come on yet. So it's still sort of misty, but that's the dust flying up, as you see Danny C and Shadow getting it a bit loose there. So let's go down to Shadow. Let's go down to Danny C. As Danny C has just gone on there, we just see him go on the grass there. So that's dirty tyre. So Shadow will have seen that, and Danny's picked up a 1-second penalty for that. So Shadow will be rubbing his hands with that, so he knows that Danny's going to be vulnerable. Now he's going to lose quite a lot of pace. But Handy Pie is right on the back of Shadow, so can these both capitalise on this now? So let's just go on board with Handy Pie and see how he's managing. Yeah, there's not a gap, there's only 1 second gap, so they're all within the slipstream. So this is where now that Danny will be serving his penalty. No, it might be on the next lap, because he might have served it too close to the finish line. Unless that was Danny serving it then. I don't think it was. you'll have lost more positions than that. But that's Handy Pint through into 7th place, with Danny C in 8th place. But Danny has seen Handy Pint go there, go wide, and that's Danny coming straight back at Handy Pint there. But Pint's got the inside line for this corner here, which is a better line. But can Danny hang it round the outside? Oh, he's back. I tell you what, that was a brave move to hang it round there, because you put too much of the wheels on that curb, you're off. And you're spinning, as Danny's already found out to his cost. But I'm just going to stay on this battle for a minute, because these pair both race in the CCR community, which if you're unaware, you've never heard of CCR, I can't believe you haven't, but it's Captain Colossus Racing. These pair race all the time, and they know each other. They're so respectful. I mean, all the guys in the grid are, but they know each other. They know each other, how each other race, and they're all clean and respectful. So I'm just going to go to P2 Witchell now, but 8.4 second lead behind Legion. So we see the lights coming on the cars now. That's normally a sign of the weather change. I wish I could see the weather. As the mist is, if you look at the mountains there in the background, ladies and gentlemen, that mist is definitely falling. Let's go on board. Let's go on board with Witchell and just see if, yeah, it's not looking great, is it? It's really darkening now. So I'm sure they've all got he's taken 2 seconds out of Legion at this point. As you can see, Legion just going into T1 there. So this is, well, there's 5 cars going off, so Legion's capitalised on this, but he's just bolted a setup on, and he's winging it, in his words. So for someone winging it is, and I'll tell you a funny fact. When I did most of these liveries, and I asked him what his race number was, and he said my number is 619. So it's the same whether I'm the right way up or upside down. So I've told him not to do what Gabriella Tarquini did back in '94 in the Alphas. He managed to put it on its roof, would you believe? Can't remember the exact track. So let's go back down to the battle now. Let's just go back down to the back of the grid now, as we see Storm. The one thing I like about this is that the guys, they just stick it out, no matter where they are, go out and have fun. And as we see Nomi, which is Lewis's teammate, so let's just go on board, let's just see what they're seeing. Now we see spots on the windscreen. So the rain has just started to fall now. So I'm interested to see where Legion is now on the... As we see Legion coming in the pits. Let's come out of this view now. As we see the Nissan Primera coming in for its stop off the hard. So he's done his hard stint. So it'll be interesting to see what tyres they go on and how many stay out. So Shadow was also... they're all filing in now, as we see the Masterfit guys are getting ready. Out in force there. But Matty Cake, interestingly, and Witchell have stayed out. So let's just see now. These have stayed out for an extra lap. So they're obviously thinking, yeah, whatever tyres they started on, they can manage this. But let's just see how heavy the rain is. Let's go on board with Witchell now, who's currently in pole position, but he's in first place. But this is all going to change now. But how far out in front are they going to come now? Because I've got a feeling they're going to have to come in this lap. They can't stay out for another lap. Yeah, it's definitely starting to get heavier, I think. Yeah, you can actually hear it, or I can hear it heavier now. There's no spray coming up yet, but as we're coming against back markers now, so the blue flags will be shown. Yeah, nicely done. That was Storm, nicely done. So Witchell is... they do this to me. Ooh, see Storm staying out. Oh, see the sparks there. Witchell catching the Yarmco barrier on the way into the pits, and Matty Cake is also in off the mediums. So that's interesting. So Matty started on the mediums. So the rain is definitely starting to fall now. So Legion is currently in 4th place. We see the rain getting heavier and heavier now. This is definitely getting heavier. So I'd love to know what tyres they're on, but I'm not gonna look at this. We see the rain starting. This isn't full fat Codger. This is well, it's getting there. We see the spray coming off. Look at that, the spray coming down the trails now. So we see some interesting tyre choices here. We see Witchell just coming out there. Can he get back into the lead? Has Legion done enough? Oh, Legion's got warm tyres, but Witchell has managed. There's neck and neck here going into T2. But Legion has just done enough. What a lap by Legion there. So, but Witchell's going to have fresher tyres, but he's got to wait for them to warm up before he can really start pushing. But Matty Cake, meanwhile, in the background. Let's just go back to Matty Cake. Let's go on board with Matty Cake, see what he sees. These two battling it out here. But I want to see what Meccano's making of this. I don't know what tyres Meccano's on. I don't know what tyres any of them are on. But this is definitely chucking it down now. So Meccano can see all this playing out. Let's come back out of this view. As we see Meccano, the Swedish drift champion. Well held, sir. So yeah, this is I do like the weather in this. If some of the game parts are not quite up to scratch, the weather, yeah, it is definitely up there with one of the games. It's very realistic. So Witchell has managed to get the move done, but Matty Cake has also passed Legion here, but there's not a lot in it. I see him squirming around getting the power down. Back onto the main straight now for the 9th time. We're coming up on the 10th lap now. I'd love to. A 144, that's just... Oh, I'm embarrassed now. I couldn't even do that time. I don't know when that lap was set. I hope it wasn't in the wet, because I couldn't do that time in the dry. That's hilarious. So let's just see who's... Let's catch up with the chat. I've neglected the chat a little bit. So sometimes the chat stops and then it just all comes in at once on the chat. So Witchell has now found himself on the back of the grid on lap 10 in the lead of this race. So look at this. But Legion is not letting Matty Cake... Look at this! They're drifting it round here. So I'm just going to go down to Shadow, who is currently the 2nd place in the points table, with Danny C for company. So let's just go on board with Shadow, and this is the view that Shadow's got behind him. We've already seen in the chat that Danny wants to get down to business, so can he hold Danny off? But I knew this would chuck up some results. Look at the rain, look at this. Yeah, if you can, this is a good test, because this is all about car control. And Skins has he had a disconnection again? Oh no. Oh dear me, had the same. I think that might be a disconnection. Awfully sorry. I mean, I can't control it, but yeah, that's unlucky. But yeah, I was just saying that rain is a good lesson in car control and throttle control, brake appliance, and yeah, if you can manage it in the wet, it really does set you up for the dry. We see Shadow indicating there is that he's not going to pull over for Danny. No chance. So let's just go back to the top of the grid. These three at the top three haven't really spread out much. Witchell's pulled a 1.7 gap over Legion. So Witchell will be... Yeah, so this could throw it wide open. I'm going to give... Yeah, he's entered it. He scored the points. So he's representing Team Honda. So half the points will be going to Team... When they're a team, only 50% of the points will go to the manufacturer. So Matty Cake, yeah, so he's 2.7 seconds behind Witchell, but the wipers have actually stopped. So yeah, the wipers have stopped now. So I hope these conditions are okay for Matty. He had a bit of eye surgery the other week and he was struggling to see the dry line, but it's not appeared yet, Matty, so don't worry. So let's just see how far Meccano is. Meccano's really close. Oh, Skins has rejoined the room. That's gutted, absolutely gutted. As you see in the background there, Lewis in 7th place is really doing well here. So Lewis, in case I mentioned earlier, this is Sir Lewis, SIR Lewis from the SIR racing community over on YouTube. So go and check them out and drop them a like and a sub. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. They're just starting a new championship, Group 4. I forget the car now. I will find it for you. Let me just quickly go on to Discord, and I will get the information for you. Right. Where is it? Pop. Oh, I saw the information before. Is it announcements? Yes, this is it. So we've got a Monday League and a Friday League. So the Monday League is it's a Nissan GTR Group 4 over 5 rounds, various tracks. So go on, if you want to take part in that, head over to SIR Racing. So as we now see, the dry line is definitely forming, but who, depending on what tyres they've gone on, who is going to blink first or who is going to be brave? So Witchell has got a 4-second lead over Matty Cake, who is currently 3rd in the driver standings at the moment. But who is going to be brave enough? There's a definite dry line there, but is it dry enough to go? But some of these drivers who didn't start on the hards are going to have to use the hards towards the end of the race. So they've got to make sure that they pit, go out, which is your out lap, then do a time lap and get back in. So whoever didn't use the hards at the start will have to do that. As we see, let's just go back down here. So Legion and Meccano. So let's just go down to P4. So Meccano is right on the back of Legion here. So this, what a race from Meccano here. So he's holding up. He's got a 4.7 second lead over Shadow. So can Meccano pitted later, so can Meccano hold these off? As you see them there, all using the wet part of the track here to keep the tyres cool, because there's still spray coming off. Even though there's a dry line, there's still spray coming up. So I would say it's not quite dry enough yet. So the people that maybe went on the wets are going to start to see the tyres overheating now and degrading. Whereas the inters, if they've gone on inters in that weather, yeah, fair play. I saw a few of them go on inters, so they'll be in the better position at the moment, whoever went on inters. As we see, Legion there is right on the back. He's really hassling Matty Cake here. These two have raced together, so Matty Cake knows Legion, so Legion's raced in the CC Sim community. So these are very familiar, racing together. So yeah, there should be some good battles here. So Matty Cake knows exactly what Legion's capable of. Both quick drivers, very respectable. Respectful. That's the same difference. But I'm just going to come out of this view now. As we see, look at this now. We can definitely see definitely see a dry line forming here, but who is going to be brave? Let me just go back to the leader, Witchell, who's now pulled out a 5.4 second gap, or 5 second gap. I think Skins must be having some connection issues. Maybe it's internet with him joining and leaving the room. As we see, Witchell is the first. Woof. Oh, yeah, thanks, Witchell. Yeah, he did that on purpose. He's done this before. He had me there, didn't you? Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers, Jake. Yeah, he thought better of it. Whether he actually decided to change his mind or just doing it to wind the Codger up, but I thought, as you see, Legion in 6th place has dived into the as we see the Nissan team coming out to put what I can only presume is some dry tyres on. Now be careful of the pit exit. Look at this, get onto the dry line as quick as you can, but he's got Captain right on his tail there. So Captain hasn't pitted yet. So yeah, once you get these tyres up to temperature, then yeah, now then, can Legion make this work? He's the first to pit. Now, people might stay out on intermediates, but there's 5 minutes or 4 minutes left of this race. Are they going to chance it and stay out on the inters and be slower? Now, let's just see where Witchell. He's still got the same gap over Matty Cake. So, the next closest battle is Matty Cake and Meccano with a 1.5, but Shadow has managed to jump Danny C, but there's only less than a second gap. Now, I'd love to know what tyres these are on, but there's a definite dry line now. The spray has stopped forming on the main track, but the curves, they're flirting with these curves, which is dangerous. Now, Danny C is coming into the pits. Now, I can only presume he's finding the wet patch. That's what they're up to. I keep thinking they're coming in the pits. That's twice have been done now. I'm not falling for it for a third time. So, he's extended his lead now to 5.2 seconds. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Won't be a second. Oh, hold on a minute. Stop press. We have a legend in the house. Captain Colossus is in the house. Evening, Jimmy. Sorry I couldn't make this one, bud. Looks like a classic race brewing. It does, doesn't it? Not a problem at all. Let's go down to your wing. Let's go down to your main man here. Look at this, Captain. There she is. Dust covers removed. Pint loosening her up, ready for you. Doesn't it look spectacular on track, Captain? It's the first time we've seen her out, and it looks absolutely superb. This is Captain's favourite livery. So, yeah, looking absolutely splendid out there. So let's just go back up to the top of the grid now. Let's go to Matty Cake. He's pulled a second out of Witchell, but he's got Meccano right on his tail here in third place. Third place for Meccano at the moment, with 2 minutes remaining, so that's one lap potentially. So as you see, Witchell is going to cross the line now. He's desperately trying to find, is he going to... No, he's not. He's desperately trying to eke out, he's trying to cool these tyres down desperately. As we see, who's coming to the pits here? Matty Cake has come into the pits on the... He's not going to have enough time. I don't think Matty's going to have enough time. 28 minutes. 29 and a half. He's not going to get a timed lap, so I think Matty may have made a mistake here. Because your out lap isn't a timed lap, as far as I'm aware. I'll have to get clarification on that, but we've had this issue before. So Matty's got to get... No, Matty's not going to get round. Oh! Oh my word. Yeah, that's a Fell foul of the pits, but he's nicely weighted. Yeah, I don't think Matt. I think Matt. Oh, as you see, someone else has come out the pits and had a bit of a spin. I don't think Matt. I think Matty may have made a mistake here, because I don't think Matty is going to get round. I'll need clarification on this. Respect from the captain there for. Others probably haven't used the hards. Well, if they don't use the hards, they get a minute penalty. So let's just go back up to the top now. As we're approaching, this is probably going to be Witchell's last lap. So Meccano's found himself in second place. What a result for Meccano, and Shadow in third place. So this, can Shadow hold Danny? This is the main battle here. So can Shadow pick another podium up and keep Danny behind him for literally the last few corners? Danny will be trying absolutely everything. Has Danny got enough? As we see Witchell come over the line to take the win in the feature race here at Jimmy Codger's Btcc, as Meccano handbrakes it over the line as Shadow flashes his lights, picks up the third place. That's 2 podiums, that's 2 third places for Shadow, I believe. So that's a good points haul for Shadow. But Witchell, what a race! Last to first. What a race. And first time out in these Alfa Romeo Giulias. Yeah, out lap, then timed lap. So, Matty, you fell foul of the rules. I'm sure it'll come up with a minute penalty on here, but yeah, so you're gonna lose. Yeah, you're gonna lose some positions there, Matty, I'm afraid. Yeah, you need to do it. You need to out lap from the pits to the finish line, cross the start line, do a timed lap, go back over the start line, then come into the pits. So effectively 3 laps. So yeah, you've not used the hards. Darth Smorg there in the chat, well done everybody. Yeah, confirmation from Skins there. Captain there saying legendary car, legendary driver, respect Handy Pint. Yeah, 100%. GG's all, got a right headache, so I'm off. Oh, sorry matey. You give it your all, buddy. 2 podiums, that's excellent drive there. And Skins there, well done everybody. Matty Cake, well the weather shafted me. Oh dear. Witchell, bit of door banging at the start. Wow, yeah, there was quite a few incidents there, but as you see coming up on the screen here, victory for Jakey boy. Let me just save that replay. You're going to get some good photos off that. So let's just go through the results. Now this should show, yes it has. Okay, so we've got Jakey boy taking it home in first place. Now why isn't it shown? Let me just see. Oh right, okay, right. So bringing it home in first place was Jake in the other half of Team Honda. So that's 10 points for Team Honda plus no, that's 10 points for Honda. Meccano, second place. Well, he was banging on about the rain, was our Meccano, saying, yeah, he's always been up for a good race. He had a wet race last season. Yeah, he performed really well at Dragon Gardens Reverse. That was superb. So we've got Shadow GT, CCR Shadow GT bringing it home in third place, closely followed by main man Danny C. And Lewis, a 5th place for Lewis. Fantastic result from Lewis from SIR Racing Community. We've got Legion 21k bringing it home in 6th place. Thank you ever so much for standing in at such short notice. And we got Sir Johnny with another 7th place, and Handy Pint with an 8th place. What a result for Handy Pint there in Team Peugeot. Captain from the Alfa Romeo team in 9th place. Matty Cake bringing it home in 10th place. So just scores a couple of points there. SIR Nomi in 11th place. So the last point scorer is Storm. So in 12th place. We had a DNF from Skins. I'm sure that was a disconnect. So let's just catch up with it. So let's come out of this now. So I should have kept going and had the disqualified for not running hards. Well, you've got a point at least, Matty. But I mean, I had no idea the car would save so much fuel in the rain. Yeah, well, you're not going full chat in the rain, are you? Thought it'd be a forced two-stop. Matty, pity on the clear track. I was catching Witchell as well. Yeah, but yeah, it was just a shame. But the rules are rules. Got to use the hards for minimum one-time lap. So it's effectively 2 laps on the if you start on them, or 3 if you pit for them. So that wraps it up for this evening. I changed that to round 5. Why has it gone back to round 4? Dear me, I'll have to edit that in YouTube. Never mind. But dead wet tyres, mate. Had to hope you wouldn't. Yeah, you see, it's interesting how many use the wets. You see, I didn't think you could use the inters in that weather, but these drivers, yeah, all very talented. So that rounds up the action. Let me just double check I've got the replay. Yeah, I'm just going to I can get the points off the replay, that's no problem. So that rounds it up for this evening. I'm going to close this lobby now, but I'm just going to type a message. See, I've got my typewriter out, Cap. So I'm going to close this lobby now, and I'm going to come back out of this. So thank you ever so much for everybody that took part tonight. And then we'll just come back out of this, and we'll go on a bit. Oh, this damn circle! I hate this circle. I don't think I actually did a full-time lap on hards. Actually, no, you didn't, Matty. So Miss Marple says captain. Yeah, Murder She Wrote. Yes. It is loud, isn't it? I didn't realise I could hear that with my headphone. Well, I've got one ear cup off, but I never thought about the typing, but it adds to authenticity, doesn't it? But let's just come out of this. So, right. So, I always get mixed up with this one. Where's the escapes? Here we go. I wish there was a quicker way of doing this, you know. You could just press escapes from anywhere. But thanks again for everybody tuning in. That was round 5, contrary to what it says on the stream. That was round 5 of Jimmy Codger's British Touring Car Championship at Fuji International Speedway. The points will be done later on tonight. I'm going to have a sit down, have a smoke, have a beer, and I'll work the points out. And those points will be put on a table and put in Discord and on Instagram. But I've got a feeling there's going to be some big changes at the top. So that was the penultimate round, with the final being next week, next Monday, same time. That post will also go out tomorrow morning. I won't have time tonight, I don't think. If I do, I'll put it out. But I can let you know what the track is now, because I'm sure people might want to practice. So the final, are you ready for this? Here's the fake drum roll. The final will be at... Oh, I don't know whether to tell them or not. Mount Panorama is going to be the final of Jimmy Codger's British Touring Car Championship. So that post will be out. There'll be no weather, as you all know, because it can't rain in Australia. Although I know it can, but it doesn't in the game. So yeah, it's going to be a dry round for the final, so all to play for. So if you enjoyed what you've seen tonight, then tune in same time next week, 7:15 on the Monday, and join me for the final of the season 2 of the Touring Car Championship, and let's see who takes home the crown as a winner and a runner-up and 3rd place. Let's see who takes the top spots. We've also got the manufacturer's title to decide as well, so that's wide open. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's time for the Codger to sign off for this week. I hope you've all enjoyed what you've been watching, and I will catch you next week, 7:15 on YouTube, and there'll be posts on Instagram, and I'll put some photos up from this round. So that being said, that's time for me to sign off. So I wish you all an enjoyable rest of your week. Take care, stay safe, everybody, and catch you next Monday. So, bye for now.